Hey everyone, today we're going to do a little Ned jig for you. I call it the Ned Crawler based on a trailer that I got, and it's really neat. It's a easy pattern to do, and it should be very effective. Again, it's something new. It's just based off of something I've done before, only a trailer that was sent to me makes this that much better, and it changed how I do things just a little bit. So let's get started here. We're gonna put in our little jig, and this is a Ned Midwest finesse jig, Ned head, um, and I took it out of the vise because I wanted you to see that the glitter and all in this. The color is Mango Magic, and we're gonna put this in our vise, tighten it down. This is a 1/8 ounce Midwest finesse jig, and it's got a 1/0 owner 53/6. No, it's 53/13. I'm sorry, my the numbers were juggled in my head a little bit. I was in a hurry doing some things this morning and just got started. But this is really neat, really easy to do, and based on my other versions of this, it's highly effective. This one should be really nice. So let's get started here with some 210 denier flat wax nylon thread in black. And we're just going to get a little base, about 3/16, quarter, even a ½ inch. You're fine. We'll go all the way back to the top. And we're going to take some Loctite super glue gel. I'm going to lay some on the hook shank here. We'll put this away. And we're going to tie in our little wire keeper. We're gonna, after we get it situated and positioned, we're gonna crank it down pretty good. And I'm gonna go down just a little bit further than what I did for my base. That helps pinch this keeper in. And now our keeper is in, and we're off to the races. So the first thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna put in some, this is ultra chenille, medium, size 2 medium. This is real dense chenille, and it's pretty stiff and hard. As you can see, me dropping it, it stands straight up on its own. Ultra chenille's tough, and it's one of the reasons I'm using it for this jig, as it's gonna be a stop for our trailer, and it's also gonna act as a ring, so we have a section for our skirt. And as you can see, I took the little end and we got that little white core there, and we'll tie it in by that. And now I also like doing this to cover up the threads, but it gives us a stop point, and it acts as a skirt collar. You don't want this all the way up against the head, but you want to just leave a little bit exposed there, because that's where our skirt is going to get tied in at. You have to get in here real tight and clip that little piece of chenille and make sure we got a nice clean area to tie into. Now that's probably the hardest part. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our silicone, and basically we got two colors. I got 10 strands. This is green pumpkin candy. And you can see there's glitter in here. There's green and purple glitter. And the other color, and that's 10 strands. And then we got 5 strands of watermelon candy. Now, the reason why we only have 5 strands and 10 strands is they're going to be doubled over. So basically, you're going to have 20 and 10. You're going to have 30 strands in this skirt. It's not a real heavy skirt. And what I do is I'm going to line this up to where I want the end of this skirt. I don't want it to come all the way down past the hook bend. And the reason being is the star of the show is actually going to be the trailer. The jig part, the skirt part, is just basically going to give us a profile. It's going to be a little different than what the fish see. So I see where I want to end that at. How much how much skirt material I'm going to have at the top. And it's, again, you don't have to be real critical with this because you could trim it off to wherever you want. I just want to make sure I don't get it too much up on top and then I don't have enough on the bottom. And we double it over. That looks to be about, a little bit more on the bottom. There we go. So this is our watermelon candy. And I'm going to try to even this skirt out so we get complete coverage from the 5 strands as we doubled it over. Now we're going to take our 10 strands of green pumpkin candy. And we'll fold that over as well. Yeah, I don't want enough on top that you can completely fold it over because that's not the profile that I'm looking for with this. I want something that's going to, basically a jig that can mimic, anything from a small bluegill to a hellgrammite. Just something that looks alive, like a little creepy crawly of some sort. Yeah, what a technical term, ain't creepy crawly. Creepy crawly. Can't even say it. I'm just holding these up to get some tight wraps against the head. And when you're doing this now is where you really want to crank it down. You want to get your pressure. This will make your material flare out, give it that real fishy look, as I like to call it. It's pretty good. Now we'll simply whip finish and we're just about done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's very tight, so we'll do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, I don't want to cut any of my skirt strands or anything. And we're going to take some Loon water-based head cement. And I'm going to use my bodkin because it's so tight in here. We'll use that to apply a little bit of head cement. And that's pretty good. Now we'll trim this all up. Basically, I'm just going to hold this up and get the ends right there. And that's how I like that, to stick straight out like that. That's one of the reasons for the length on the top. And we'll get our bottom trimmed up. Might have to knock some length off of this, just a little bit. And a telemarketer, one of them scam calls on my cell phone. Don't you love that? Let's take this out. I'm going to trim some of the length off of this. I apologize for that call. You can't stop them no matter what you do. Okay. Now before I put the trailer on here, we're going to show you what we have. That is what it looks like so far. A nifty little Ned jig. You could do a lot with that, with this kind of deal. But now comes the star of the show. This is called a Ned Crawler. My good friend Art from Three Hands Custom Tackle made this for me. And he calls the color Green Pumpkin Mango because it's got the Mango Magic flake in there. You know, the gold, purple, green. And the color is sort of like a light. It's in between like a green pumpkin, watermelon-y type deal. It's more brown. It'd be like a dirty green pumpkin with the brown in it. But this thing is good. This should make it fall slow. Slower than like the little Erie darters, but it still has that spade tail on there. A little more dense. It's not completely round. It's more oval. So wait till you see this. We're going to line it up to where, and see where the hook point comes out, which would be right about the mid of this egg sac, I guess you would call it. And up on our keeper and against our chenille. And this is what we have now. Tell me that doesn't look killer. That is going to be absolutely wicked, especially like right now is a time that this is going to be good. You get the cold nights, you get out the bite really doesn't pick up till the afternoon, but if you go out a little bit earlier, you'll get them on this. This is definitely a good deal. I like to thank Art for the trailers. I think this is going to be really good. But there you have it. That's our Ned Crawler. Real simple, real easy. I know I make it look harder than what it actually is. But give it a shot. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Green Pumpkin Mango. What do you think? Thanks for watching.